Welcome to Howard Brown Online Barber College. Today we will be doing the review questions for chemical texture services. Let's begin. The chemical hair relaxing process includes is it lightener, neutralizer, end paper, or perm rod? If you chose B, neutralizer, you are correct. Which of the following is also known as a jerry curl? Is it water waving, permanent waving, curl reformation, or chemical hair relaxing? If you chose C, curl reformation, you are correct. Permanent waving rearranges the basic structure of overly curly hair into a straighter hair form, restructures very curly hair into a larger curl pattern, decreases the fullness of fine, softer hair, redirects resistant growth patterns until new growth occurs. If you chose D, redirects resistant growth patterns until new growth occurs, you are correct. Pictures, magazines, and style books help you to figure out the client's blank. Is it likes and dislikes, spending habits, lifestyle, level of confidence? If you chose A, likes and dislikes, you are correct. What type of questions will help you to determine the client's desires and past experience with texture services? Is it open-ended, closed, rhetorical, or casual? If you chose A, open-ended, you are correct. How long will a client consultation typically take? Is it a few minutes, a half hour, an hour, a full appointment? If you chose A, a few minutes, you are correct. What type of hair has a raised cuticle layer that easily absorbs chemical solutions? Is it dense, coarse, resistant, porous? If you chose D, porous, you are correct. If the elasticity is good, the hair blank after stretching. Is it expands, contracts, tangles, curls? If you chose B, contracts, you are correct. What type of hair may be more resistant to chemical processes? Is it porous, medium, coarse, or fine? If you chose C, coarse, you are correct. Hair blank describes the diameter of a single strand of hair as being coarse, medium, or fine. Is it texture, density, porosity, elasticity? If you chose A, texture, you are correct. Do not proceed with the chemical service if the hair shows signs of blank. Is it stretching, whorls, porosity, or breakage? If you chose D, breakage, you are correct. Which of the following layers of hair gives the hair its strength, flexibility, elasticity, and shape? Is it medulla, cortex, protein, cuticle? If you chose B, cortex, You are correct. Thio-relaxing products require the use of an blank to chemically oxidize the hair. Is it moisturizer, activator, neutralizer, texturizer? If you chose C, neutralizer, you are correct. Hydroxide relaxers can have a pH as high as blank. Is it 9.0, 9.6, 10.0, 13.5? If you chose D, 13.5, you are correct. Waving lotions solutions break the disulfide bonds, which is called reformation, oxidation, reduction, ion thionization. If you chose C, reduction, you are correct. What type of substances used in chemical texture products break chemical bonds and allow for softening and expansion of the hair? Is it mercaptamine, alkaline, acidic, alkanolamine? If you chose B, alkaline, you are correct. Blank are strong alkali that can swell the hair up to twice its normal diameter. Is it thio-relaxers, waving solutions, neutralizers, hydroxide relaxers? If you chose D, hydroxide relaxers, you are correct. Amino acids form proteins, and chemical reactions among proteins produce blank. Is it peptide linkages, ammonium sulfites, glycerol, monothioglycolates, alkaline substances? If you chose A, peptide linkages, you are correct. In the cortex layer, the hair develops and maintains its natural form by means of the physical and chemical blank. Is it penetration, reactions, concentrations, cross bonds? If you chose D, cross bonds, you are correct. Cysteine is a blank obtained by the reduction of cysteine. Is it alkali, amino acid, oxidizing agent, reducing agent? If you chose B, amino acid, you are correct. Which of the following is the most commonly used perm rod? Is it loop, straight, concave, bender? If you chose C, concave, you are correct. The blank wrap uses one paper folded in half over the ends of the hair. Is it bookend, double end, single flat, double flat? If you chose A, bookend, you are correct. What type of rod is used when a definite wave pattern close to the head is desired? Is it straight, circle tool, bender, concave? If you chose D, concave, you are correct. The blank rod is a plastic-coated tool measuring about 12 inches with a uniform diameter along the length of the rod. Is it concave, circle, bender, concave? If you chose B, circle, you are correct. Which of the following is used to secure the hair and the rod into the desired position to prevent the curl from unwinding during a procedure? Is it elastic band, stiff wires, fastening the ends, absorbent papers? If you chose A, elastic band, you are correct. What wrap can be used with short rods or short lengths of hair? Is it double flat, single end, book end, double end? If you chose C, book end, you are correct. Blank are effective in helping to smooth out the wrapping of uneven hair lengths. Is it conditioners, relaxers, fish hooks, end papers? If you chose D, end papers, you are correct. What type of rod is usually used for a body wave that serves as a foundation for further styling? Is it bender, large and straight, circle tool, or concave? If you chose B, large and straight, you are correct. What type of rod creates a consistently sized wave from one side of the hair parting to the other? Is it concave, straight, bender, or loop? If you chose B, straight, you are correct. With what wrapping method may it be difficult to control the hair? Is it single end, book end, double flat, or double end? If you chose A, single end, you are correct. Blank refers to the position of the perm rod or tool in relation to its base section. Is it wrapping pattern, wave formation, base control, or base direction? If you chose C, base control, you are correct. Half off base placement results in blank. Is it maximum movement, medium volume and movement, greater volume at the scalp area, the least amount of volume and movement? If you chose B, medium volume and movement, you are correct. On-base placement refers to when the hair is projected about blank beyond perpendicular. Is it 30 degrees, 45 degrees, 90 degrees, or 180 degrees? If you chose B, 45 degrees, you are correct. When using the blank perm wrap technique, the hair is wound from the hair ends toward the scalp. Is it crokinole, spiral, water, lotion? If you chose A, crokinole, you are correct. What type of rod is usually used for a spiral wrap? Is it bender, concave, straight, loop. If you chose C, straight, you are correct. What type of perm wrap is appropriate for long hair designs and produces a uniform curl formation from the scalp to the ends? Is it crokinole, bookend, water, or spiral? If you chose D, spiral, you are correct. What type of wrapping pattern is best to use for men's styles as it produces a more natural looking wave pattern? Is it basic, curvature, bricklay, or piggyback? If you chose B, curvature, you are correct. The blank perm pattern will blend hair from one area to another. Is it bricklay, curvature, piggyback, or basic? If you chose A, bricklay, you are correct. In what wrapping pattern are all the rods within a panel positioned in the same direction on equal-sized bases? Is it piggyback, bricklay, basic, or curvature? If you chose C, basic, you are correct. Zigzag partings are also known as the blank. Is it textured, spiral, bricklay, or weave? If you chose D, weave, you are correct. Perm wraps begin with sectioning the hair into blank. Is it patterns, bands, panels, or contours? If you chose C, panels, you are correct. What type of perm wrap uses two perm rods for each parting of hair to create even curl formation on long and or dense hair? Is it bricklay, curvature, basic, or piggyback? If you chose D, piggyback, you are correct. For fine hair, the diameter of the rod will be blank. Is it thick, small, large, or medium? If you chose B, small, you are correct. What type of technique increases the size of the curl as it nears the scalp area with a tighter curl at the ends? Is it crokinole perm wrap, spiral wrapping, bookend wrapping, or double end wrapping? If you chose A, crokinole perm wrap, you are correct. The main active ingredient or reducing agent in alkaline perms is blank. Is it alkanolamines, hydrogen peroxide, ammonium thioglycocholate, or glycerol monothioglycocholate? If you chose C, ammonium thioglycocholate, you are correct. What type of waves requires the use of an outside heat source to activate chemical reactions and processing? Is it cold, acid balanced, exothermic, endothermic? If you chose D, endothermic, you are correct. Which of the following results in a limp or weak wave formation with undefined ridges within the S pattern? Is it faster processing, underprocessing, reconditioning, or overprocessing? If you chose B, underprocessing, you are correct. One of the benefits associated with alkaline perms are blank. Is it strong curl patterns, softer curl patterns, slower but more controllable processing times, gentler treatment for delicate hair types? If you chose A, strong curl patterns, you are correct. Ammonia-free waves use blank to replace ammonia. Is it alkanolamines, mercaptamines, cysteamines, bisulfites? If you chose A, alkanolamines, you are correct. A resistant strength of permanent waving products can be used on what type of hair? Is it tinted hair, hair with less porosity, damaged hair, or porous hair? If you chose hair with less porosity, you are correct. What type of hydroxide relaxer is known as a lye relaxer? Is it calcium, guanidine, sodium, lithium? If you chose C, sodium, you are correct. Calcium hydroxide relaxers require the addition of a blank. Is it moisturizer, neutralizer, conditioner, or activator? If you chose D, activator, you are correct. Which of the following is the oldest and most commonly used chemical relaxer? Is it guanidine hydroxide, sodium hydroxide, thiode, or lithium hydroxide? If you chose B, sodium hydroxide, you are correct. No base relaxers contain a base cream that is designed to blank at body temperature. Is it melt, harden, be absorbed, or evaporate? If you chose A, melt, you are correct. What type of relaxer is sold in base and no base formulas? Is it thio, chemical neutralizing, ammonium thioglycosylate, or hydroxide? If you chose D, hydroxide, you are correct. What type of strand test is used for determining the hair's reaction to the chemical and processing time? Is it elasticity, relaxer, porosity, or density? If you chose B, relaxer, you are correct. For a relaxer strand test, thread a small section of hair through a hole cut into a piece of wax paper or paper towel and do not use blank. Is it neutralizing shampoo, neutralizer, foil, water? If you chose C, foil, you are correct. The Thiol Relaxer product used for the partial relaxation of the hair in a curl reformation service is known as the, is it weave, neutralizer, booster, rearranger? If you chose D, rearranger, you are correct. In curl reformation, what solution rebuilds the broken disulfide bonds? Is it neutralizer, booster, rearranger, waving? If you chose A, neutralizer, you are correct. In curl reformation, what chemical restructures the hair around perm rods? Is it neutralizer, rearranger, booster, or activator? If you chose C, booster, you are correct. What type of styling product is often recommended as part of the finishing process of a curl reformation? Is it pomade, moisturizer, texturizer, or conditioner? If you chose B, moisturizer, you are correct. The rearranger is an ATG product in a blank form. Is it foam, powder, spray liquid, or thick cream? If you chose D, thick cream, you are correct. Relaxing products can be used to blank. Is it protect and control the ends of the hair, texturize the hair, wrap the hair, or create volume and lift? If you chose B, texturize the hair, you are correct. Sodium hydroxide is an extremely blank product. Is it alkaline, acidic, porous, or overprocessed? If you chose A, alkaline, you are correct. What type of service is used to eliminate up to 95% of frizz and curl, lasts 3 to 5 months, and may cause health risks if not performed properly? Is it calcium hydroxide relaxer, thiol relaxer, keratin-based treatment, or no base relaxer? If you chose C, keratin-based treatment, you are correct. A blank service partially straightens the hair with the intent that it will be picked out and cut. Is it curl reformation, retouch, keratin-based straightening, or chemical blowout? If you chose D, chemical blowout, you are correct. Thiol relaxers may have a pH of blank. Is it between 4.5 and 7.0, between 7.8 and 8.2, between 9.0 and 9.6, or is it D, above 10? If you chose D, above 10, you are correct. The objective of a chemical blowout is to remove some but not all of the blank. Is it body, curl, moisture, or elasticity? If you chose B, curl, you are correct. Texturizers and chemical blowouts are usually performed with a blank relaxer. Is it potassium hydroxide, guanidine hydroxide, lithium hydroxide, or thio? If you chose D, thio, you are correct. After a chemical blowout, the final cutting will be done with blank to even out loose or ragged ends. Is it a trimmer, a razor, shears, or clippers? If you chose C, shears, you are correct. This concludes this review. For more information on classes that we offer here at Howard Brown Online Barber College, visit our website at howardbrownonline.com.